Ladies and gentlemen, signore e signori, mesdames et messieurs, welcome back to the third match of the day for the third and fourth place in this competition. Italy against Belgium. And for the referees, the center referee Clément Bertolou, the assistant referee Rémi Simon, the second assistant referee Steve Crumb, the fourth official Nico Balan. And the teams for Italy, number 10, the captain Simone Ranzato. Number 3, Gabriele Torcutti. Number 7, Gabriel Mindru. Number 8, Gabriele Zoggia. Number 11, Youssef Ali. Number 13, Giovanni Bernabe Capra. Number 16, Emiliano Bertoluzzi. Number 18, Irene Infantino. And the head coach, Marco Ferrazza. And his assistants, Carlo Impera, Michele Cicciarelli, Marco Rosellini, and the team manager, Fabio Rodo. And now the Belgian team, with number 8, the captain, Ilan Genç. Number 5, Robin Fiordaliso. Number 6, Melik Karimov. Number 7, Elvis Bongonco. Number 10, Iago Codron. Number 12, Gabriel Skudnik. Number 14, Lucas Moreau. Number 15, Florian Lechantre. And the head coach, Robin Codron, and his assistants, Sedenia, Michael Hermans, David Henry, and Patricia Rivola. Here we go, guys. Here the national anthems for you. Now it's time for the streaming. Ryan and Greg, it's all yours now. Good luck to the team. See ya.
We arrive at the penultimate match of the 2025 EPFA Nations Cup, and what a competition it has been. 6 days of football at the very highest level, stories of heartbreak and triumph and unforgettable moments that have shown just how far this sport has come. The grand finale awaits later, but right now the spotlight is on the bronze medal match. Italy against Belgium. Two teams have already earned their place at the 2026 World Cup in Argentina, but who know that finishing on the podium here would give real meaning to everything they've invested this week. Italy's story has been nothing short of remarkable. Debutants at this tournament, they have played with bravery, intelligence, and a spirit that has captured the imagination of their incredible supporters. The semi-final against France proved too great a test, but the fact that Simone Ranzato and his teammates are here competing for bronze speaks volumes. Ranzato himself has been one of the standouts of the entire competition, calm under pressure, precise in the tackle, and leading from the back with composure. Gabriel Mindru has been central to Italy's disruptive style, forever snapping into duels and making life uncomfortable for opponents. Add Giovanni Bernabé Capra's flashes of invention and Emiliano Bortoluzzi's consistency in goal, and it's clear why the Azzurri are being spoken about as a nation ready to establish themselves among the elite. Belgium's journey has been different, but equally as impressive. Absent from the last Nations Cup, they've used this week to announce themselves again on the European stage. Their semi-final against England may have ended in defeat, but Ilian Genk's performance was a glimpse into the future. Brave, dynamic, and at times unplayable against the champions. Florian Lechantre, normally a creative force, has been utilised more conservatively in goal, a role that hasn't showcased his technical brilliance, but has underlined his value to the system of Robin Caudron. And then there's the supporting cast who deserve equal credit. Robin Fiordaliso, Elvis Bonkongu and Iago Caudron have been both creators and the great disruptors, giving Belgium a real platform to build on. Pride, momentum, and a place on the podium on the line. For Italy, a bronze medal on home soil would be a perfect way to finish their debut. For Belgium, it would confirm their full return to Europe's elite and give weight to all their progress since rejoining this stage. The Azzurri, loud, passionate, and determined to end their dream run with silverware. Belgium resilient, physical, and with the stars emerging at just the right time. The penultimate match of the competition, the bronze medal playoff, and the chance for one of these two nations to finish their week with victory.
It has simply been a joy and a pleasure to watch both of these teams this week. Italy have, as you say, Ryan, absolutely stunned everyone with their incredible run to the semi-finals, and they really will want to top off and reward those supporters and the players' efforts with a medal round their necks later on. For Belgium, their return has been heralded by a semi-final where they took the defending champions nearly all the way. Their resilience in defence was absolutely inspirational, thwarting nearly every attack that England threw at them. This game will be filled with passion from the Azzurri and their fans as they get one last chance to play on home soil in this tournament. The national anthem once again incredible, raised goosebumps on my arms, made the hairs stand up for Belgium. Their return to Europe's elite, as Ryan said, would be marked with a third place here, knowing that there is untapped potential still to find in these ranks.
Absolutely. Let's go through the starting squad, starting with Italy. And as you would probably suspect, Emiliano Bortoluzzi, the goalkeeper, in green, complemented by Captain Simone Ranzato in the centre, with wingers of Gabriel Mindru and Giovanni Barbi Capra. Their substitutes: Gabriele Tocuti, Gabriele Zoggia, Yusuf Ali and Irene Infantino. And for Belgium, likewise, a lineup that has been their clear standout across the week. In goal is Florian Lechantre, in the centre Ilian Genç. Complement of wingers in Robin Fiordaliso and Iago Cordron. Their substitutes: Mele Kerimov, Elvis Bonkongu, Gabriel Skutnik and Lucas Maru. So both coming into this fixture with their best setups, their best player profiles. They are going for this game, Greg.
That's what you want to see. Both teams going full strength, going for that medal. They know slightly, maybe a little bit of lethargy after all their efforts to get to this point, but they will want to give everything they have got left. Italy will dig deep, and I think they will find energy reserves from the grandstands as they have all week.
You're seeing those banners. They have been an absolute highlight of mine. Just to be able to glance over and see them displayed so proudly underneath, as we have mentioned time and time again, Italia nel cuore, Italy in the heart. Without question, the most passionate set of supporters of any nation worldwide. I'd have no problem saying that. They will be given a run for their money in Argentina when they come up against the likes of hosts and Uruguay, but they will bring the noise. And the prospect of them being present in that competition is so exciting. The amount of people that have signified and commended the effort of their supporters. If I was to go on my smartwatch now and get a decibel reading up, it surpasses 100. I hope that translates over the stream, because it gives us energy, it gives the surrounding fans energy. So you can only imagine what it does to that squad.
I can only imagine what it's like to play in front of these fans. It has been just, like I said, a joy to watch. It's everything we wanted it to be. An Italian national team playing on Italian soil. They have not disappointed one bit. And I've no doubt, like I said, that if they ever get to a point where in this game where they are sort of lacking energy or lacking that drive to go forwards, because they've put so much into this week, all they have to do is open their ears and listen, because that crowd will be cheering them on all the way. The Belgians will try and do their best. That Red Fox drum has done some heavy lifting for a lot of teams this week. Seems as though the French fans are going to join in and help their neighbours try and match the noise of the Azzurri fans. One thing's for certain, the atmosphere is going to be incredible.
Certainly when you're referencing group stage form against opposition and that route to these third place playoff, I don't think it would be unfair to say that this is an absolute 50-50 shootout. There is strengths to Italy, there is strengths to Belgium. They are both solid in defence. They can both create in attack. How that manifests in this one, we will have to wait and see, as Marco Ferrazza has his squad gathered. As you're going to hear them erupt. The passion is just incredible. But one moment to praise Marco Verratti. We've had the pleasure of spending a lot of time with those Italian squad members, and when we go over to praise, to compliment, commend the effort, all of them pass praise straight to their coach. They don't want it for themselves. Marco Verratti was the captain that led them here, and he's since relieved playing duty to take a position on the sideline, and he's already established himself as one of the most elite coaches on the planet. On the alternate bench, Robin Cordron likewise, absolutely excellent.
It's a master stroke retirement, you must say.
I think he still plays competitive power chair hockey, and that can be applied to a lot of the squad as well, which has obviously given them this foundation to build upon. And we have a little bit of calm before our quarter past kickoff in just 2 minutes. It probably doesn't need introduction, but following this one, we have the grand finale. France versus England. World champions versus European champions in a straight shootout for the 2025 EPFA Nations Cup. That's 4:30 local time here in Italy, so make the necessary adjustments for wherever you are watching around the world. You can go onto the YouTube channel of the Federazione Paralimpica Powerchair Sport, hit the notify me bell, and as soon as myself and Greg are live, you will be able to join the action, feel the atmosphere, and see some of the greatest players that have ever graced a powerchair football court vie it out for the third iteration of this tournament. I have to say, Greg, we've experienced some atmospheres across this week. This is the loudest it's ever been by some margin.
Oh, absolutely. I've got to remember I'm commentating, so I actually talk rather than just listen.
Our official in the centre, hailing from France, Clement Berthelot, blows his whistles to get this bronze medal match underway. And it sees Ilian Genk control it straight into the side of Iago Cordron, who scored some lovely goals. The utilisation of his chair in trying to deceive and draw the opposition has been a highlight. As Gabriel Mindru looking to restrict the advancement of Florian Lechantre. You'll probably see a very fluid central pairing pivot of Belgium and between Genk and Lechantre as Ranzato attempts an effort. You could see what he was trying to do. I think that was an attempt on goal. Doesn't quite have the timing and or connection to force Belgium into a save.
That's a brilliant goal kick from Lechantre. If it goes out for a kick and it doesn't, it'll be a goal kick for Italy. Really is just electric in here. Bortoluzzi with this goal kick. Ranzato takes a touch and drives forwards.
This is a battle I've been looking forward to seeing. Ilian Genk versus Simone Ranzato. As Emiliano Bortoluzzi comes short to present an option to his captain. It looks as if he'll shape up to go down to Mindru, which is what he does. Pick off back to the Italian number 10. It's blocked off by Iago Cordron, so Bortoluzzi has to be assured with his distribution. He is. Sadly, Gabriel Mindru isn't able to capitalise in guiding it out to Giovanni Bernabe Capra, who's yet to have any real involvement 2 minutes in. Already, I think you can see they are going for this game. It's open, it's expansive, the wingers are high and wide, the central pair of both are battling in the middle.
That's what you want. It's what we wanted from this game. Ranzato just a little bit behind Mindru.
Mindru needs to be in reverse there, ready to capitalise. Should the ball be flicked in his vicinity as he just switches wings with Bernabe Capra. Just sometimes a lack of discipline when one of those wide players comes in to field the central role, vacated by Ranzato. That 2-on-1 discipline has sometimes been missing, so it's something they're going to want to be aware of. We've seen how useful set pieces have been across this competition. A high percentage of the goals scored have come from the second or third phase.
Ranzato has Bernabe Capra to his left, Mindru to the right. It's Bernabe Capra who flicks it forwards, led by Robin Fiordaliso. It's a brilliant flick by Bernabe Capra. Ranzato, Genç does well to keep it in and win a kick in.
Yeah, that's good work from Ilian Genç. The first real opportunity Italy have had in the final third. It amounts to nothing, but if that Belgian defence is as rock solid as it was against the holders, Italy are going to have to do far more than that if they're to break the deadlock. We have to commend the effort from their semi-final. They will feel really unlucky that they're not present in this afternoon's final, but it's fine margins, and one moment can separate you from victory and failure.
Yeah, Robin Fiordaliso was excellent yesterday. His defensive capabilities really frustrated England.
Ranzato down to Giovanni Bernabe Capra, trying to find that man in question. And Lechantre gets his distribution going. Gabriel Mindru. Ranzato down the line, who's constantly looking and glancing to his side to see if and where the gaps are, and that's good work from the Italian captain. Ilian Genç came in to clear, and he just had to adjust at the very last second to ensure Italy come away with the kick in high up. The gap between Lechantre and Genç is what Mindru's going to aim for, but they're far too experienced to allow that ball to trickle through to Bernabe Capra.
Two on one there. Mindru was blocked by the Belgian wall and he couldn't go anywhere to escape that. 2-on-1 infringement there. Genç to take, aggressive from Italy. We'll have a conversation here from Clément Bortolou between Ranzato and Lechantre. Bit of contact off the ball probably. I'm not surprised if that is not the last time Bortolou has that conversation.
No, I very much suspect there will be a lot of little bits of contact here and there. These are fiery, these are feisty competitors. As long as Clément Bortolou is consistent with his rulings, it will facilitate the football. Ranzato just tries to breeze past Lechantre. A lot of pace on that ball, which Lechantre knows, so it has to be chased down by Ranzato.
Yeah, Bernabe Capra has Mindru. The gaps there, blocked by Lechantre. Bortoluzzi will just watch that roll out of play.
You can see that in defence, Belgium are being very conservative. They're not committing players forward. There could have been a break on for them, but they're obviously trying to build from a solid foundation and not allow Italy to create overloads in attack. I suspect they'll look to really break on the counter rather than dead ball situations for Italy. Strong play from Bernabe Capra, who entices into Mindru, just caught in two minds there as to how to engage in a potential break on Robin Fiordaliso. Needs to stay in reverse there. Completely gifted possession back to Emiliano Bortoluzzi, who is more advanced than he's been pretty much all competition, trying to restrict the passing lanes of Belgium. He just taps the back of Genç's chair, so advantage played. And now he has to get back desperately to prevent this opener into Iago Caudron. Brilliant opportunity from Belgium. They're going to have another go here. Iago Caudron just not set, and there was too much pace on that ball from Ilian Genç. You would expect him to know that and do a little bit better.
Yeah, I think Iago Caudron gave an angle for Ilian Genç, trying to make it easier for Genç to find, but it turns out Genç didn't need that help. Just with that Italian play, it was brilliant for Bernabé Capra to get down the line. Brilliant flick. I'd love to see Mindry do better with that, his positional sense and being set to play. He was facing forwards, didn't have time to spin backwards and spin, had to hit it with the front bumper. Needs to do better there.
Already this game, Ilian Genç is showing his influence. Wasn't able to necessarily do it in the attacking phases of the play for Belgium yesterday, but here on the front foot, he looks central in creating and orchestrating opportunities. Back to Simone Ranzato. One of those Belgian players needs to engage. Neither wanted to momentarily in a bid to avoid a 2-on-1. And Bernabé Capra, audacious effort. He saw Ilian Genç come out of the box, and Florian Lechantre engaged by Gabriel Mindry.
No, what, I don't mind it, because Genç had to cover both posts. Had a shot at the near post instead. Could have worked out perfectly. Bernabé Capra. Genç fired against Bernabé Capra. Lechantre straight at Bernabé Capra.
Yeah, this is a perfect example to show young aspiring players how you should shape your chair in certain instances. Giovanni Bernabé Capra knows exactly what he's doing there, makes his chair big, almost angles it in a fashion that takes it towards the Belgian goal and uses the momentum generated by the opposition to put it in their favour. Very clever stuff.
A reminder, he plays for Upsilon Chantilly Mallory's second team.
Good pass that. Ranzato has to back off.
Lechantre, well, was going to take the kick in, but we've hit the 10-minute mark exactly. And Clément Berthelot calls for the first water break.
Yeah, a brilliant first 10 minutes. And you have to say, pretty even. We said on reflection of former results and performances, it was a straight shootout, 50-50. I wouldn't be able to separate them, and it's manifested in exactly that way, Greg.
Oh, absolutely. They're really matching each other wheel for wheel, so to speak. No quarter given by either side, as you'd expect with so much on the line. You know, third place, don't want to be the side that finishes fourth. Yes, you'll both go into the World Cup. You want a medal at the end of it.
Florian Lechantre to take. Simone Ranzato takes a position in the middle. I suspect this will be into the side of Ilian Genç. He'll try and force it up on the dribble. That is what is opted. He just tries to weave around Gabriel Mindry, but I suspect the Italian is too wise to that. He has been brilliant at performing that role in all of Italy's games. Into Iago Caudron, engaged with the 180. Just didn't have that snap it probably needed to trouble Emiliano Bertoluzzi. We've seen them broken down against France, but France generated so much power and precision, which really unsettled the Italian defence, but that also came with real accuracy and purpose, something that's missing so far from this Belgian performance. There's contact from Simone Ranzato. He just drove into the side of Robin Fiordaliso. No malice. I don't think it's anything more than a free kick.
Yeah, he was just trying to get in front of the ball first, so he could play the pass. Fiordaliso was there. Bit of contact. Yeah, just a free kick. Right decision by Clément Bortolou.
Down to Fiordaliso, who's just a second or two late to reacting to that, so maybe gave the Italian defence more time to set than they needed.
Ball's going out of play for a kick in to Italy.
Into Giovanni Bernabé Capra, just locks up on the back of his chair. You can see what he's trying to do, use the ball's trajectory, and they exchanges some passes. It needs Mindru to cut up that passing lane as he has done all competition, but in doing so, disregards the position of Simone Ranzato. That's always the danger. It needs that constant communication and collective understanding to prevent needless indirect free kicks, and now you would say this is a really good opportunity as Bortoluzzi and Ranzato switch roles. You can see Robin Fiordaliso on the goal line. If Iago Cordron can generate the power, I suspect if I was Cordron, I'm putting it into the 180 of Genç, which may entice Ranzato out. But don't underestimate the role of Simone Ranzato. He will be absolutely central to keeping this out if they can get the timing and connection. So Cordron to take. It does go into the 180 and it's saved by Emiliano Bortoluzzi. The angle limited by the Italian captain as well.
Bortoluzzi just trying to G his teammates up a little bit there, following his save. Mindru too close to Lissandra, who it's actually a good pass if Fiordaliso's out wide. Fair play to Belgium and their fans. Their fans are not giving up in this battle with the Azzurri as Mindru whacks a ball at Bernabé Capra.
The question will be, what side will they be on in the final later today? You'd very much suspect that the Belgians will side with France. It's just what team the Italian supporters opt to cheer on as Fiordaliso into Ilian Genç. Again, that's Gabriel Mindru putting himself in the angles and in the spaces that completely block off Iago Cordron.
Ranzato. There's Bernabé Capra in the middle, flicked straight to Lechontre. Ranzato towards Mindru. Flicks it, but there was no one really going to be there. Possibly could have dummied it and let it go behind him. Lechontre. Going to tap this into Genç. Gets round Ranzato. And it's now one-on-one with Emiliano Bortoluzzi. Yeah, the effort from Cordron was never on for the all the way around 180.
I think that probably explains his hesitance to engage it with full power, knowing that connection and a ricochet could send it back into the Belgium half.
Mindru, dummies this time, comes to Genç. Mindru cuts out. Bernabé Capra fired. 2-on-1 in favour of Belgium. Just been a little scrappy the last 5 or so minutes round since that water break.
Yeah, it's missing that moment of quality, epitomised by that miss hit from Florian Lechontre. out for a Belgian ball, despite strong appeals from Paulo Impera on the Italian bench.
Contact as Genç got round Lanzato. Lasciantra. Tap into Genç again? Yes, he does. Gets round Lanzato, but only as far as Bernabé Capra. Shortly so. Keeps it in.
I think he needs to look for the front bumper there. Back to Ilian Genç, who had space in the centre circle.
It's a difficult skill.
Oh,
it would have been off the. It would have been. He'd have to have done it off the corner
completely.
of his. The corner of his bumper, and if.
I think it's just the chair readiness and the initial shape. He almost needs to mirror that of Ilian Genç. Those wide players shouldn't sit still for a second. They always need to be adjusting and altering the angle as Ranzato just forces his way through. Contact foul, strangely, for Belgium, yet an advantage was almost played.
So, Rémi Simon flagged. Clément Bortolou thought he was flagging in favour of Italy. Using the mics that the referees have, he was able to communicate that it was in fact Belgium that the free kick should have gone for. We'd like to see Rémi Simon just flag and then flag on the direction of the free kick, just so we avoid that confusion going forward.
Yeah, fair assessment. But overall, I think the officiating team here is doing a good job in controlling and containing the fiery nature.
Absolutely. Very experienced crew. Same 4 that just did the 5th, 6th playoff this time. Clément Bortolou swapping with Nico Ballin, referee and 4th official. Last 40 seconds or so of normal time. Of course, we'll have the minute added on for the water break.
Florian Lasciantra. Intercepted by Bernabé Capra. Ilian Genç just hasn't been able to orchestrate as he did in the opening 5 or so minutes. I think that's because Ranzato's now become a little bit wise to the position and shape, not to mention intentions of Ilian Genç, and Simone Ranzato is going to get a yellow card here. It's probably fair. He has been warned on a couple of occasions, so he has to be careful. As Florian Lasciantra with the resulting free kick. Caudron just backs off and entices Mindrew in, and that's come off the front of a Belgian chair. He's not able to wrap it in, I was going to say, but does absolutely brilliantly to just hug it on the corner of his bumper and win his side an indirect free kick almost out of nothing.
He's done so well there, Iago Caudron. I thought it wasn't really going to keep it in either. I thought he was better off letting it go out for an Italian kick in.
I don't know if it's the surface, but it seems to pick up more and more pace the more it rolls. It's really odd. I don't know if that translates over the stream, but it's certainly how it appears here in venue. As Iago Caudron trying to concentrate in and amongst all the noise to pick out one of the teammates. It goes towards the goal, and Ilian Genç, a potential break on. Just awaiting that referee decision. It goes in the favour of the Italians. Ilian Genç too aggressive. Italy nil, Belgium nil. Surely just a few seconds left of this opening 20. The pace has been incredible. The football open and end to end, and the atmosphere inside the arena is the best it's been all week. Belgium have shown the greater attacking intent, pressing high and looking to force mistakes, while with Ilian Genç really showing his quality. But the Azzurri haven't shied away. They've looked for success on their own. Maybe something to build on in the second. Myself, Ryan Sipple, and Greg Baxter will be back very shortly. We're back for the second half in this bronze medal playoff. And if the first half was anything to go by, we're in for another thrilling 20 minutes. It's been fast, it's been fiery, and with both sides throwing everything in search for that breakthrough, it's still up for grabs. 20 minutes now to decide who leaves this competition with a bronze medal around their necks. It looks as if the sides are completely unchanged from that finished the first half. So Italy have Emiliano Bortoluzzi, Simone Ranzato, Giovanni Bonabé-Capra and Gabriel Mindru. And for the Belgians, they have Florian Lechantre, Ilian Genç, Iago Caudron and Robin Fiordaliso.
Ranzato, as he has become accustomed to, dummying kickoffs for a couple of times, and then instead decides to hoof it up the court.
One thing that was highlighted by Thomas Pettigrew in the chat is that should any of these World Cup qualified nation players receive red in one of these last two matches, that suspension will of course carry over to the 2026 Fit for Power Chair Football World Cup. And with Simone Ranzato on a yellow card, you wonder whether Marco Verratti will adjust if it starts to boil over, because he is so central to everything they do. I may be wrong, but I don't recall off the top of my head him ever coming off. He has played the majority of, if not every single second of football for Italy here at the UEFA Nations Cup.
No, he hasn't come off. He's played every minute for Italy. He's been crucial to everything they've done this week. As Ilian Genç gets the ball.
He's got two options down the line. I think one of those would have been the better one, as Fiordaliso now takes possession. The atmosphere building, it hasn't subsided at all. Genç into Emiliano Bortoluzzi. 2-on-1 in favour of Belgians. It was a similar case in the first half, that they just lack that positional discipline when they're absorbing pressure. And now, can Ilian Genç and Belgium make the Italians play? I wonder if he's going to look to Fiordaliso. He's not, because he's so far out wide. So Iago Caudron, who engages, and the secondary effort, whilst powerful, met the front bumper of Ranzato.
Yeah, brilliant defending yet again from Ranzato. And Bortoluzzi. Contact with the back of the chair from Robin Fiordaliso.
Yeah, just being told by Clement Berthelou, the precedent has been set. You'll be given a few warnings. And 5 metres wasn't observed there by Iago Caudron. It's a good performance so far from the French official. I certainly wouldn't want to centre a game of this magnitude with this pressure and this noise.
No, I'm good, thanks. I'll pass.
Iago Caudron just being told something by the official.
I'm assuming it's next time you encroach, you'll get a yellow
Yeah,
card.
I think it's not the first time that it's happened. So again, sensible officiating. That's better from Iago Caudron. Just to angle his chair in a fashion that sent the ricochet well away from the Belgian goal.
Ranzato has Mindru down the line. Shooted Bonabé-Capra instead. Lechantre. Caudron tries to take a touch. I don't think the touch
Smart
was
work.
ever really on.
Smart work from Emiliano Bortoluzzi there. Didn't engage, but I don't know, maybe Iago Caudron just hesitated ever so slightly in engaging that, as Belgium ready their first substitute, a player I really like, I have to say, Elvis Bonkongu. So often does Ilian Genç and Florian Lechantre get the headlines, but it's this complement around them Mele Keremov, Lucas Maru, Gabriel Skutnik. It's a real solid collective team that will be looking forward to the prospect of Argentina. As Mindru, beautiful ball over to Bernabe Capra, Ranzato at the back post. I was going to question the intention and execution of Bernabe Capra. I think he could have gone for goal via a rotated 180. He just swept into it on his side, which presented an opportunity for Ranzato. But because of the placement with Lechantre and Ilian Genç, there was never really a gap at that left-hand post.
God, this is the best move Italy have put together all game. Brilliant ball by Mindru. Thought it wasn't going to have enough pace to get there, but it had pace and plenty of that to spare.
Gabriel Mindru to take. Simone Ranzato down the line, but well marshalled by two Belgian players, and that's disappointing.
Yeah, had the power, my word, because that flew, but he just didn't have the accuracy. Could run off Bernabe Capra.
He reads the game so well, doesn't he? Bernabe Capra.
Ranzato and Genç.
Have to remind you that should this end in a draw, we will contest 2 5-minute intervals of extra time and then penalties should it be required, as that's the correct decision from Clement Berthelou.
Bernabe Capra. Ranzato to his right hand side. Mindru to his left. There's another cry. Italia is begun by the stands. Mindru blocked by Caudron. Bernabe Capra 180. Goes at Lechantre, who clears. And I imagine Bortoluzzi will just watch that roll out of play. It's a brilliant clearance by Lechantre. Shifts the territory and flips it almost into Belgium's favour.
Yeah, it's been fascinating seeing him in this varied role for Belgium. Having had the pleasure of watching and commentating every game at the most recent Club World Cup, he was absolutely influential in Graaf de Villeneuve d'Ascq reaching the final. Sadly, due to a reclassification, he didn't feature beyond the semi-final stage, but before that he was the tournament's top goal scorer. I think he still finished as it, as well as getting a lot of plaudits, and the fact that we haven't got to see him in that attacking capacity I think speaks more to his versatility than anything else. There's Bernabe Capra, can't find a way past Elvis Bonkongo as the ball's pushed over to Iago Caudron. It's just starting to get a little bit sloppy as players disregard their position and just maybe missing that little bit of concentration.
Yeah, I think the water break coming up would be crucial for the managers, just to remind them of their duties, keep their discipline.
Mindru, that's a really good effort, a whisker wide of the post.
Cool, calm and collected from Ilian Genç as he just watches that one roll inches wide of the post.
It was there to be struck. Gabriel Mindru is in so much space on the edge of the box. The ball flicks up high, right decision from Clement Berthelou. Genç quickly taken into Iago Caudron. Again, that final connection just missing, and that interestingly is allowed to continue. The ball is heavily trapped between Giovanni Bernabe Capra and Iago Caudron, as Iago Caudron's just going to get tended to here. It sent a ricochet through his body. It was fairly 50-50 in terms of the coming together. I wouldn't probably say Bernabe Capra was more the aggressive in it.
I agree.
So for me, I think Belgium should have a free kick, but the fact play wasn't even stopped is an interesting one. we talk about the tolerance of contact and trapping. I thought that was fairly clear cut from our angle.
Mindru flicked. Genç.
Just didn't have the chair shape to capitalise, Genç. You can see what he wanted to execute, but that sort of pass needs to be done via a 180, or certainly needs more momentum if you're going to do it with your front bumper. Does well to just pick the pocket of Bernabé Capra, but Elvis Bonkongu now trapped in that corner because Genç guided the ball towards the Italian goal.
That was a real opportunity there. If Bonkongu got pace on that ball back, that was the real opportunity. Genç could have then flicked it to the far side and Cordron would have had a tap in. That's with the last action before that water break. Genç. Bonkongu straight at Bernabé Capra, who can now drive forward.
Genç goes to Ranzato, who's really struggled to impart his influence in this second half. It's been pretty much all Belgium, as Bernabé Capra does, as he so often performs, fragmenting those passing lanes. Pushed into the centre, only as far as Le Chantre. They're just completely cancelling each other out here.
Should we just skip the next 10 minutes and extra time and go straight to penalties?
Would certainly be a good way to conclude their journeys, as again we speak about that concentration. Florian Le Chantre needs to be a little bit more alert, certainly when you're the most defensive of the four players, as we are now going to observe that water break. You wonder whether either coaching setup looks to the bench with it so finely poised.
Let there be light. I think we're just working out what was given before the water break, because there was no signal. I think it's really a set ball for heavy contact between Genç and Bernabé Capra. Both teams engage in conversation with the referee, so maybe they'll add on more time for the water break.
Yep. Just while we wait, again, we are fast approaching the conclusion of this spectacular competition. In just about 90 minutes, France will take on England in the 2025 EPFA Nations Cup final. Do not miss it.
4:30 Central European Standard Time, so please make those necessary adjustments for whatever time zone you are watching us in. And thank you to all that are watching us. Excitement is building for that final. Both sets of teams are currently sat behind the goal that Belgium are attacking, getting in some last minute inspiration from this crowd, I'm sure, no doubt.
I hope they bring this noise later today. With all due respect to the fans of France and England, they don't come close to this level, even combined, and that's more testament to the Italians than anything else. So it will be a set ball. That resumes play.
I've no doubt the French will make use of the Red Fox drum one more time.
Again, very strong trapping of the ball by Bernabé Capra. Again, I have to say, it's been consistent, and that is so close to going over the line. It took an absolutely crucial interception off, I think, Florian Le Chantre. That is the best opportunity either side has had all game. Millimetres away.
Corners for Belgium. This has been a sort of option for teams. Can Italy execute? Ranzato fakes once.
You're seeing Bernabé Capra hugging that post, and it ricochets between Ilya and Genç, and the left upright. That is what happens when you leave a gap there. And that was so close to going over the line. The initial accuracy from Gabriel Mindru was incredible.
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Ranzato, Mindru, front bumper, straight to Lechandre. That's disappointing.
Italy look inspired after that midway water break. They are looking for the win. It goes to Gabriel Mindru into the 180 wide once again. He's had 3 sides of goal, and whilst they've all gone wide of the target, it is incredible stuff.
Ilian Genk has just gone charging after Elvis Bonkongu, barking instructions about what he wants to see. They are under the cosh at Belgium. That ball's going to roll out of play just for a goal kick.
Just is an understatement. That could have gone either way. It was right on that diagonal corner. And that has seemed to kick the Italian fans into another level, which I didn't know was possible. As Lechandre, you can see what they're trying to do, but this shape of Italy is really good. I wonder if it's a tactical setup or an approach, but Simone Ranzato has dropped right off in this second half to give Bernabé Capra almost the keys to the kingdom to fragment but also create an attack. Quite often, as has been the case shown now, he is the most defensive of the 4 players as he just comes the other side of Bortoluzzi. And Belgium are looking to commit players forward as well. That's come off a Belgian chair, so Bernabé Capra happy to let that roll out of play.
Yeah, it's the Giovanni Bernabé Capra story and show in this second half as he attempts to take this kick in. I'm not quite sure what Italy are planning to do here.
It's strange. There is no clear option on. It's probably into Gabriel Mindru. Mindru's got the space now, but doesn't have the accuracy from Bernabé Capra, and the 180 is missed by Mindru. So now Iago Caudron breaks away on that left-hand wing.
Again, he's done very well to keep that in, Caudron. Just unlucky that it does ricochet off the back of his chair. Italian kick in. 3.5 minutes left in normal time for someone to find a winner. Bernabé Capra will come off him last and will be a kick in for Belgium. It does have the feeling of that Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland game yesterday where both teams just cancelling each other out. Mindru, 180 was never going to get the angle there. I like the idea, but it was always going to be going away from goal.
I don't mind it at all. I think Gabriel Mindru has been incredible this game. He's been really forcing Belgium into some uncomfortable positions and areas, and it just needs one little bit of space, little bit of magic, and he will find an opener. He has been the real attacking threat as Lechandre reluctant to engage. He's very lucky that Gabriel Mindru wasn't attacking that box. Completely blindsided by the ball, but that probably just shows his confidence in Ilian Genk.
Are Italy letting Bernabé Capra run the show so Ranzato does not risk getting a second yellow card?
It's very possible. It was highlighted just prior to the second half kicking off that any subsequent yellow card for Ranzato or any red card for any player present would result in them missing the first game of the 2026 FIFA Power Sheffield World Cup. Again, Bernabé Capra traps the ball dangerously, and he has done very well to escape caution there because it should have come far sooner.
Lechandre. Straight out of play by Florian Lechandre. It's a waste. Bernabé Capra. Are we destined for extra time? Or will someone break the deadlock? Ranzato, now he's involved.
Rare presence in the Belgian half for the captain as Ilian Genk lets it roll out of play. Ranzato could have caught up to that, could have engaged it, but yes, you just feel there's a hesitancy, there's a reluctance to engage. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to manage this game all the way through to penalties.
Yeah, they'll want Ranzato on to take a penalty to so they won't want to take him off. Iago Quadron, blocked by Bortoluzzi. Quadron again, flicked, cuts out by Bernabé Capra. Gedge leaves it for Lechantre. I'm not sure how much Lechantre knew he was going to leave it. Off of Bernabé Capra, and Belgium get away with it.
Yeah, slight miscommunication between that central pairing. But I think it's fair to say this is the most attacking they've been in this competition in terms of trying to play a 4-out system whereby all players are contributing in this phase. Gabriel Mindru just tries to flick it off his back wheel and edge up the court. You can see the players communicating with one another on the court. You question if they can actually hear each other. They have to really raise their voices, as we do. And we're much further away than them players from that incredible support.
We're almost above that as well.
Into Gabriel Mindru. Unselfishly, he's going to get sent away, just didn't react. It's a good opportunity. I don't think Gabriel Mindru could ever really cover that ground to receive. He either needed Bernabé Capra to take the pace off the ball, or it needed a quicker reaction, but either one of them would probably be cut out by Belgium. Very fine margins, it must be said.
Now or never if we're to avoid extra time. Bernabé Capra bringing it forward. Turned into Mindru. Ranzato fakes the front bumper. There's contact.
There is contact there.
Which way is this going to go?
It's surely going to go. I thought it would go the other way.
There would have been hearts in mouths in that Italian bench, Italian stands, because I know mine was as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone on alert. And now surely the very last opportunity of regulation time for Italy to spearhead an attack and ensure this doesn't go to extra time and penalties.
What a story it would be if Italy score a winner now, as that comes off Bernabé Capra.
It does indeed.
Goes out of play for a goal kick, and I think that'll do for full time. Extra time will be coming. I don't think we can complain about another 10 minutes of this, Ryan.
It has been a great game of football. Lechantre, the pass was never there, and that's almost reckless from Lechantre.
There's still time.
There is slight complacency setting in, and this, you would think, as we've said a few times, the last opportunity. Bernabé Capra feints into the box, over to Ranzato, looking to get it with his front bumper, but he would have needed Emiliano Bortoluzzi to be much further up the court because the other two players were engaged on the left-hand side of this court. Potential breakaway. 2-on-1.
Still we play on. I'm going to stop saying this will be the final act because we could be playing forever. Bernabé Capra off of Gedge. Still time for this kick in.
That there is.
43rd minute nearly on the clock. Mindru will take this to Ranzato in the corner. The roof will erupt off this place if Italy get a winner here.
Into Ranzato, quickly closed down by Ilian Genç. After 40 minutes, it ends goalless. Once again, both sides have cancelled each other out in what has been a very fiercely contested bronze medal match. Belgium showed more attacking intent early in the second, but from there it was Italy who started to apply pressure. 3 really good opportunities for Gabriel Mindru, just wide of the upright. It's been disciplined, it's been organised, and both refuse to be broken. How will this be separated? We will have to wait for extra time.
Like I said, I don't think we can complain about an extra 10 minutes of this game. It's been end to end. They've cancelled each other out. Dare we say the dreaded P word, penalties. I feel like this game is destined for penalties. Although I thought that yesterday when Belgium took England to extra time. England found a way to break through that stoic Belgian defence. Italy will be hoping to do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Both nations locked in team talks. Italy to the left, Belgium to the right. Maybe some words of wisdom coming from Marco Verratti and Robin Caudron. We have to reiterate though, Greg, they have exceeded expectation and they are on the plane to Argentina. A bronze medal, as nice as it would be, would surely just be a bonus to what they've already done, the foundation they've already laid.
Absolutely. Their main aim coming into this, I don't even know if Italy, if they had the main aim of making it to Argentina, they wanted to just put on a good show at home. But if they did, they've achieved that. Belgium the same. They'd have come in here going, we have a real shot of finishing second in our group. They've done that. They're going to Argentina. This is just about pride and a bonus of a nice, shiny bronze medal should they win.
I think the observation of Simone Ranzato's involvement was dead accurate. He sat off for the majority of that second half, didn't look to attack, yet they almost had more opportunities with him orchestrating from deep. So maybe the conservative nature of their approach has given them a different formula for different opposition in the future, playing from deep and then looking to counter. It's fascinating stuff as Simone Ranzato takes position in the centre circle. Ilian Genç does likewise.
Be interested to see if we do go to penalties, and I hope I'm not jumping the gun, if they'll be taken to that left-hand side as they were yesterday, because I think that'll be a benefit for the Italians, given that's the side that their fans are sitting on.
Yeah, it was interesting yesterday being taken in front of that board. It was obviously the flip of a coin that determined it. But at that time, during that Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland game, all of the presence, all of the fans, all of the players, they're behind the right goal. So I thought just to maintain that atmosphere, it would have been taken on the other side. But I suppose if it's done as it is typically in the mainstream running game, it is the discretion of the winner of the coin toss.
I think if there wasn't a coin toss, they do it at the end where there's no players, because if someone decides to be funny and put a torch on, for example, or I'm speaking hypotheticals, but you've got,
I think that's all the part of tournament football. There's so many influences and stuff that you cannot plan for, you cannot train for. It is the unpredictability of what occurs at these events that makes them so incredible. As our first 5-minute interval of extra time is kick-started, and it's Elvis Bonkongu into Ilian Genç. Once again, good work from Bernabe Capra. It's probably on Gabriel Minju there to drop off a little bit.
Ilian Genç. That's going to go out of play for a goal kick. Well, Ranzato, that is a wild decision.
That is,
and a wild spin.
That is uncharacteristically reckless from the Italian captain. He did not need to engage. There was no one beyond him. There was Belgian players in front of him. I don't know what the best case scenario is from that. So a real let-off, you would say.
Bortoluzzi into Ranzato. Allowed to dribble now, it would seem.
He's still reluctant to engage. He normally has a bit of snap about these challenges. He knows the limits.
Of course, he will be 100% be one of Italy's penalty takers, so that would be a blow as well. Never mind the fact he would miss the first game of the 2026 Fit for Power Chair Football World Cup.
Bernabé Capra. Elvis Bonkongu's been incredibly isolated since his introduction. The same statement can probably be applied to Iago Quadron. The Italians have just kept it in the Red Foxes' half for the majority of the last 20-25 minutes.
Lack of pace there. But on the initial ball from Ilian, and then from the front bubble from Bonkongo. Interesting decision from Mindru to just touch that and allow the pressure. But that is excellently done by Simone Ranzato.
Emiliano Bortoluzzi to take. Into Bernabé Capra. There's a real tendency to drive onto the ball there. That was very 50-50. You could see that going either way, and I don't think either can really complain. Typically, it's awarded to the player who makes the greater intent to keep the ball and play live, and their angling was identical.
I think he's given a free kick there for contact against Ilian Genç. I think it was very 50-50.
Yeah, very much so. Nothing in it as Bernabé Capra tries to attack that left-hand post. It goes wide.
Lascianto into Genç. Leaves it for Bonkongo. Intercepted by Bernabé Capra. That ball ricochets off Mindra and will go out of play for a Belgian kick in, or it will be a Belgian free kick, in fact, for a 2-on-1 infringement.
Only scored 4 goals in this competition, Italy, 2 of which came in their very first tie. So since then, they've struggled in an attacking sense. You think defensively speaking, they're one of the strongest nations here at the EFA Nations Cup. So maybe the focus across the next 11-12 months is that attacking intent, those set-piece routines, etc. Because there is the foundation for a real powerhouse here.
Bortoluzzi. Well, I mean, you look at the development they've done in 2 years and what could follow in, well, just a year to Argentina. Any time after that as well, there is a large amount of potential in this Italy squad, as there is in this Belgian squad. Ilian Genç fires one off of the back of Mindru, and it will be a kick-in for Belgium.
The final 45 seconds of this first half of extra time. Belgium ending the half with a greater attacking intent. Again, the pacing almost an issue for them, as Iago Quadron just plays it off the bumper of the Italian goalkeeper.
Elvis Bonkongo is blocked off by Bernabé Capra.
This is only going to Ilian Genç. It's the only target possible, and he does find his captain, and that's very forward. So he'll do well to escape yellow card here. He's been warned on several occasions, and the precedent's been set, so absolutely the correct decision from Clement Bertolou. And now Ilian Genç has the same dilemma as Simone Ranzato in terms of containing that temperament, because any subsequent yellow card, or red cards for that matter, will see him suspended for the first game of Belgium's 2026 World Cup.
Again, I'm going to question it. Why there is a need for a half-time whistle when you're not allowed to pass instructions off? You're not allowed.
I'm for it. Just switch ends. Now Italy are shooting in front of their home supporters. It's just a formality. I understand your point. As Simone Ranzato faints, as he so often does, weaving from left to right, trying to get Ilian Genç out of position. As we have said before, NFL style, just gain territory further and further up the court.
What is incredible is that in the heat of this game, we are 45 minutes in. Simone Ranzato and Ilian Genç just shared a smile because they recognised what they were doing at that kickoff.
Ricochets, calls Florian Lechantre into a save. Bernabe Capra, by the way, has had an excellent game. The Belgians just can't work him out.
He's had an excellent tournament, Bernabe Capra.
That he has.
Right, another Belgium corner. Another gap at the near post. To be fair, they've done well to not be exploited, despite using this tactic.
Yeah, let's see if Simone Ranzato can have the pace. It also needs a favourable angle off Ilian Genç. But that is certainly what they're aiming for. Trying to squeeze it in this near hand post. As Bernabe Capra is going to advance forward, and he does! And it goes over the line! They have finally been exploited! That is fantastic from Italy! You called it, Greg!
I've absolutely jinxed them there. Wow, wow, wow. The roof has absolutely exploded off the Bella Italia Sports Village. They've got away with it far too many times, Belgium. I questioned every single time whether they use that setup. It is Italy, the ones to exploit and make the most of that gap. Finally, they have executed one, and it is Giovanni Bernabe Capra, the man who has run the show since half-time, who gets the goal. It's executed to perfection, Ryan.
Absolutely incredible. The noise in this place. And it was only a matter of time. The Belgians will learn from that. But Forza Azzurri, they have been incredible all week. And I am so excited at the prospect of seeing them on the world stage.
Absolutely incredible. You just knew it had to be a matter of time before someone exploited that gap. They've run the risk because Bernabe Capra wants a second. Lechantre can bring it clear. Belgium now have to just throw everything at it, and that'll do for Italy. Go back to playing poucher hockey. Extra time. They've been whirled on by their fans. Not to toot my own horn, but I did say Italy would win in extra time.
Set ball to be contested between Florian Lechantre and Bernabe Capra. And Bernabe Capra very happy to just lock that ball high up the court. Ranzato.
2-on-1 in favour of Italy. Now just waste some more time here as we approach 60 seconds to go. This has been a dream tournament for Italy, hosting on home soil. They have qualified for the World Cup in Argentina next year, something no one thought was possible coming into it. But now they are just 60 seconds away from claiming a bronze medal and joining the seat of European elite. It has been a joy and a pleasure to watch them this week, Ryan.
Absolutely, it has. We have just 30 seconds left. And you're probably hearing the support from the far stand. Italy will get that bronze medal.
Belgium have also been superb, it has to be said this week. Defensively, absolutely incredible. And it's extra time again that's been their undoing. This will sting a little bit, I think. We've reached the 10-minute mark. We're into any additional time. I can't imagine there will be much. Ranzato into Bernabe Capra, the goal scorer.
Clement Bertolou does glance at his watch, prepare for a lot of noise. Another glance down. Italy are seconds away from the bronze medal. .35 over the 10. History has been written. Italy take the bronze medal at their very first Nations Cup with a 1-0 victory over Belgium, and you can see the scenes are extraordinary. The decisive moment came from a corner. Giovanni Bernabe Capra, who was incredible throughout, punishing an almost unorthodox Belgian setup. It was the kind of moment that summed up Italy's tournament: organised, alert and ready to seize their chance when it mattered. Belgium had their moments, they pushed forward, carried more attacking intent at times, but they could not break through the Azzurri's defensive wall. And so, from debutants to medal winners, Italy's story at this Nations Cup has been nothing short of remarkable. They have announced themselves on the European stage, thrilled their home supporters with fearless performances, and now they go away with bronze medal and a World Cup to look forward to. Thank you to all that have tuned in. Myself, Ryan Zippel, and Greg Baxter will be back for the finale. France versus England at 4:30.
Hi and welcome to Mr. Robin Fiordaliso. How do I pronounce your name? Like that is correct?
Yes.
Fiordaliso. You have Italian descent or something? All right. You guys gave Italy a very hard time. You played very, very well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, you didn't win the match, but you will go to the World Cup as well.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel very happy, and I'm proud of my team and my staff and my supporter. Yes, the match is difficult, but we go in Argentina.
Great. Here is very noisy because we are still celebrating. We want to thank Mr. Fiordaliso. I wanted to ask you, how was playing with Italy today? It was hard. How did you expect that they were playing?
I think the match is difficult because the supporters are very not noisy but encouragés.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. I can say from everyone, we love to watch you all guys playing. That was great to see all the effort you guys put in every single match, and we will hope to see you guys very soon to next championship and of course the World Cup. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Well, I believe Italy is celebrating in this moment. I can use this couple of minutes to give a huge thank you to the organization. There was so much fun to be part of this massive event. We enjoy having all the teams here, and oh, we have guests. We have guests. Come on. Come on, Team Italy. Let's go. Allora.
Fabio che parla. Vai tu, vai.
Aspetta. Prego, prego.
Dai, fa.
All right, just wow. It felt like a dream. We are still holding our breath. And we even made the bronze medal. What the hell?
We all the staff did a joke after before the tournament. We wrote on a paper in which position we can finish. I write third position. I think I'm not the only one. So a big result, and we are so happy. So happy, thanks to all the movement, all our support. It was really, really amazing.
Absolutely, you crushed it. We were all dreaming, we are still dreaming, and we cannot wait to see you guys at the World Cup.
World Cup will be a dream, but we know after this tournament that we have to work a lot, and the work starts now, after the party, but now after the party.
Absolutely. We cannot wait to see you at the World Cup. Thanks so much for all the emotions you gave us. Thanks so much for this amazing event. And thanks to the staff and everybody participating.
Thanks to all the volunteers, the organization. It was a really, really, really good tournament, and it was amazing. This is the word.
Cool. Thank you so much. I will see you at the World Cup.
Sfrontatezza.
Azzurra.